What's happening, my people? Welcome to Vertical Football Podcast and welcome to Matchday Preview. Manchester United versus Brentford. With me, I have the Honorable Manchester United chairman in Vertical Football Studio. Shegu, how you doing?
I'm great to be here.
It's awesome to be together in this studio, in this studio to talk about Manchester United next game. Shegu, what do you think this next game is going to give us?
A very, very important match because when we look at it, after the win against Chelsea, the 3 points against Chelsea, which improved our levels in the Premier League table.
Yeah.
So I think the next thing is to build on that result.
Yeah,
and so we need to win this game. And especially the fact that this is an away match and our away form has not been good.
Yes, so
we've played 3 games at home this season.
Yes.
We've won 2 of those games and we lost one that we played very well, which is Arsenal. And now when you look at our away form, we drew against Fulham. We lost a terrible performance against Grimsby and Man City. So Brentford is I don't want a draw in this match. I want us to win because it shows that we've made a progress.
At least it will end up building the morale
of the players.
Yeah. Now, quickly, I want to, before we talk about the weak points in Manchester United, we want us to just focus on Brentford too. Brentford too have not been there right now because change of coach, new players coming in and old players. What do you think Manchester United should be expecting from this Brentford team?
Yeah, I think Brentford is still a intensity side. When you look at them, they are still a side that they press well. They are still a side that even their build up. I watched a game against Chelsea. It's a very decent performance. And so even till the 9 minutes, it was the 9 minutes they scored the 2-2, which in my opinion was a deserved draw. So, and it shows that we have to be on our game, a game because it's a team that has the ability to play for most part of the match. And so that habit of we scoring and relaxing, it has to stop. If not, it has to stop because at any moment they can score you. So I think for me also is the fact that we've always started games well.
20 minutes as usual.
20 minutes as usual. So I feel let's start the game well. Let's try and see if we can get a goal in the first 20 minutes or the first 30 minutes of the match. And then let's now manage the game well. You understand? And put our same intensity throughout the match.
I think that Manchester United will have the headache of midfield again because they are building up with 3-5-1.
The funny thing is that we always have whichever person we're going to use in the midfield, we will have a problem. But I think it's an away match. So it's an away match. So the approach is going to be different. It's going to be different. And I believe that I believe that after we get the first goal, we should be wise. It's an away match against Brentford. So I'm not expecting us to go there.
What did they score for us?
So that's another discussion. But the main idea will be get your first goal, manage the game well, be compact. Be compact when you have moments to dominate them. So I feel that's but if they score first, we have to just go all out and score. But funny enough, I feel what will determine our midfield is the way we press. Because if we are able to press them very well, and don't let them to pass through the center and make them pass through the wings. It's better for us.
Because I against Chelsea, I analyzed that match. I watched the match and I realized that when they are on the defense transition, they are 5 man in the defense. And when they are attacking, they go with mid-block attack. I don't know how it is. So when they go with all 5 being faces. But let's leave Brentford. Let's now look at Manchester United. There is Casemiro. Obviously, he will miss matches, like 2 matches, right? No, 1 match. And who do you think should be the marshal in that midfield?
I think the ideal this thing is to use Ugarte, really. I feel the ideal is to use Ugarte because you also want someone that will spearhead your shape defensively. And when you look at it, there's nobody in that our midfield that can actually do that. So obviously, I think I'll be surprised if I don't see Ugarte starting that match.
Well, what if he tried because I've seen a lot of fans. I don't know if Manchester United fans online and everywhere I go, even on TikTok and even YouTube, says that Kobbie Mainoo should pair Bruno.
I think you're just looking at the attacking side of the game.
That's the problem.
So when you look at the defensive side of the game, because we said the football is not just attacking, football is also attacking and defending.
It's a balanced game.
You are doing it at the same time. Whatever move you make in attacking, you still have to look at the consequences of that move defensively. So if you are using Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes, which you can use, for me to be a shock. But I believe that move will also show that the defensive ability, and you're going against a Brentford that is in their home. It's not Old Trafford. It was Old Trafford that was like, let's risk it with the option that we might be on the ball most times. It's Old Trafford. We can have that, what do you call it, space. But this is their home. This is a very stable Premier League side. Yes, they've lost key players, but they still have some dangerous players like Shade, some dangerous players like Damsgaard, you know. So and even Carvalho is there. So and this is a team that we watch also getting a draw against a Chelsea side
too.
So I think it's just Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes really.
Okay, because I've seen some analysis come out and they said, okay, if Mount is in the team, Mount always do the dirty job. And I said some of the time Mount will always want to press forward to go higher.
He has to press forward.
So he has to press forward, and it will be a disaster if you are telling Mount
once they beat your press. What else
do you want to do? So I think people should understand that, yes, even at Old Trafford, I think the coach should come out with that consciousness that any team can do harm to Manchester United. Now, real quick. Now, Shegun, do you think this is a good match to bring Manchester United new keeper in?
No, I don't think. I think for me, I've said is that I don't want to see the keeper anywhere near the goalpost throughout this year. It's funny enough, Man United, we like testing new things.
That's what happened. That's what the fans are asking for.
We don't need that keeper now. The fact is, Bayindel has been good for us.
He has been awesome.
And we keep buying them.
He may not be 100%. At least he gave us 60.
Yes, and we're okay with that too.
For now, Bayindel is doing well.
Is the undisputable number one. We don't want to see the keeper. If I'm not to see the keeper, maybe when the FA Cup starts.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I wish that we are seeing the Carling Cup then. Maybe he can just keep Carling Cup and build that morale. Really. All right, Shegun, Manchester United weakness. After 20 minutes, they switch off. Do you think Amorim is working? How do you think Amorim can change this ideology?
Yeah, so I think he shout at them. So
shout.
Yeah, I think he shout really.
That's just South Africa.
I think he shout because it's a mental issue. It's not a tactical issue. So you can't solve it with any tactics. It's just understand when the levels are dropping. You can feel it as a manager. And that moment, signal to your coach, signal to your captain, signal to the leaders in the team. Let them shout for them. Guys, let's go. And funny enough, maybe when they score a goal before the 20 minutes, when they are jubilating, drag one of the players beside him and be the captain and tell them. And I think I saw a part of that against Chelsea, but it's not that he's calm about it.
It's calm,
shout, be furious. Let them know that we can never reduce the levels after we score.
And that reminds me of Alex Ferguson when he was shouting on John Evans.
Yeah, exactly. When they just scored. So you have to shout for them, because the funny thing is that it's a mentality of how will I put it now? It's of complacency.
Yeah.
In terms of, it's not to them, they want to perform. They want to perform, but the fact is, when they score, that thing automatically does shift.
They enter into their rest.
And just rest. So it's just the manager that will keep shouting, hey, don't rest. And any moment you have, maybe there's a ball or injury in that period for the opponent or your players, call the many players together and shout on their aim. You need to communicate with them that moment so that the same vibe they use to leave the dressing room, at certain moments, after that same dressing room, talk with them at certain moments during the game. And over time, they begin to get it back into your head that it's for 90 minutes.
Okay. All right. Before we now talk, I want to talk about Amorim tactical loophole. There's loophole in the tactics. And you know
there's loophole in every tactics.
Yes, I know. But this one, we really can see loopholes. Man City exposed some too, really. But that one, most of the one Man City exposed did not lead to goals. But there's loophole. Now, take for example, we press with 3-2, that's 5, complete 5 up front, leaving 2 people in the midfield. And what they do is that people, instead of passing all around, they jump our press. You understand? They send the ball long. That's what Pep Guardiola did. Send the ball long into the midfield between all these Bruno and Davidson. And even sometimes Bruno is always at the front. So it's always sometimes what's his name? One of that defender, maybe Euro and Casemiro and also that. Why do you think Amorim should have a different build-up, a different defensive, build-up shape against Brentford? Since we know that these people are going to give us a mid-block, do you think we can just go with 2-3? Do you understand? 2-3-5. Like 2-3-5, one of your midfield.
And that's now build-up.
Yes.
I think it's too risky. It's an away game.
It's too risky for a game like Manchester United.
It's an away game. So when you look at Brentford and look at what they are able to do.
They are playing mid-block for crying out loud.
So if they are playing mid-block and you're putting 5 behind their mid-block, what if they collect the ball in the mid-block? Then you now have...
The same thing is happening with our 2 in the midfield, 3 at the back.
No. So the fact is that the shape that you use when building up is they use 3, 2, 3, 5, 4, and then 3 build up. Because the fact is, if a team is playing mid-block, you don't want to push your players too up. That if they receive the ball, they will outnumber you on the transition.
Yeah.
So,
but the problem here is that assuming we have normally Amorim will not build 3-4-3. Yeah,
it will be 3-4-3 because it's going to use 3 defenders to build up.
You will use 3 defenders, but right now we don't use that. It's have been showing that most of the time we use 3-2-5, 3-2-3-5. I have never seen him go with 3-4-3 unless maybe they want to just start the match.
So I think the fact is that he has used 3-4-3 to build up. It's just the fact is, what is the defensive shape of the opponent? That's what determines what you use to build up. If a team is using, I know maybe we might look at maybe a team is using, if a team is using 4-4-2 to build up, you can afford to use 2 at the back because people that are pressing you are 2. So I think it's so. But the fact is, for most of the games he has used when in Man United, is building up is 3. It's just that sometimes when he wants to create extra space,
Delete coming to the middle.
It's not every game.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So if we can't do it against,
you can't do it. The fact is, United is not at that level. So it's not about what we should be doing. It's the fact of what's our reality now. Our reality is that we need to be very, very cautious to get the 3 points against Brentford to build our confidence. So do your 3. As a manager, you don't take risk. You want to get the 3 points. So the fact is, if the Brentford match is going to finish 1-0, get your 3 points. Because what you need is that you want, people are saying we have not won back-to-back games.
I think that should stop now.
So you have to make it stop. So if it doesn't even matter if you're defending and when you score and go and defend throughout the match, the fact is, get another 3 points on top of our Chelsea points. But the moment you keep getting the points,
the more you get better.
The moment the confidence gets better and all those performances, all those tactical tweaks you want to do, you will end up doing it. But the fact is, get the major message should be get the 3 points.
This is why I'm saying that when Manchester United score goals, they lose that shape. That shape. Now, Shegun, when we score goals and we want to defend, we use 4-4-2. But you notice that the moment we scored, that shape scattered.
And I think even with the 4-4-2, it's not a rule that it's 4-4-2 we use every match. Because against Manchester City, we use 5-4-1.
We use 5-4-1.
So I think it's depending on what is the opponent doing. That's what determines what we do. You understand? So, for example, when we use 4-4-2, we use 4-4-2 maybe against Arsenal.
Yeah.
You understand? And it's also dependent on what Arsenal was doing. Because if you look at Arsenal, what Arsenal was doing, in the fact of Arsenal were, what they call it, apart from that, Arsenal were allowing us to play in the midfield.
Yeah.
And so it was easy for us to, what they call it, to make sure that we have numbers in the midfield. So it depends on what the opponent is doing. And then we can adapt.
I know it depends on what the opponent is doing, but I think the mentality, I'm just coming from this angle for Manchester United as a team, the mentality have to change that. We address all teams the same way, but at the same time, we prepare for the team. But at the same time, there should be a level of confidence you have to have. Because if you don't have that level of confidence, I'm telling you, every other match you play will be the same.
Well, the fact is that at the level of Manchester United now, we don't have the luxury of trying things. Mm-hmm. Well, I saw a lot of analysis where people said he did some tweaks against Chelsea, delete and Mazarawi dropping. The fact is that you're playing against a 10-man Chelsea. A 11-man Chelsea would not do that. You understand? So the fact is that we're not at that level where we try things. The fact is, play decent, stick to the principles, and get your 3 points. Get your 3 points, yeah.
Okay. All right. Finally, Shegun, your starting level.
Yeah, so my starting level, I will go with Euro, Delete, and Mazara and Maguire center. I feel Brentford also have a lot of powers in terms of set pieces also. I think that what they even used to score Chelsea the win second goal, that equalizer. So we have to start with that 3 at the back in terms of Euro, Maguire, and Delete. Delete is the right centre back. Euro at the left centre back and Maguire centrally. Then use Dogu. Use Mazarawi. Use Ugarte, Bruno, use Mount, Mbeumo, and use Matheus Cunha as first line.
First line, no Zexi. No Sesko.
No Sesko.
Why?
So now we game, we need 3 points.
3 points. All right. Okay, Shegun, final thoughts. Do you think Manchester United will win this match?
We have to win. I don't think
you have to win. Do you think this team, current team, can win Brentford?
For me, I think I'm just waiting to see how we go about it. You understand? Because if you look at it now, I can't really judge them because the last time we won a game in the Premier League, we had to take a 2 weeks break, international break. So I can't really judge how they move on from a win.
It's enough to do anything, Shegun.
As in now,
1 week, they had 1 week.
I don't understand.
Manchester United had 1 week. The last match they played was on Saturday, right? Or Sunday.
Yeah, that's why I said now is the time we have to analyze how they move from a win. Because if you look at the fact of when we won Burnley, we went on 2 weeks international break. Not that I said they were training, they were busy playing for different teams.
Yeah.
And when they came back, they immediately were faced with Manchester City. So I can't really analyze that win.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now I think it's 1 win of training together, 1 win of analyzing and everything. So let's see how we go. So, but for me, I just believe whichever way you want to do it, it's important to get the next 3 points. These are the kind of games that I don't really care about the tactics really. Is whatever you have to do, get your 3 points.
3 points.
And then when we get our 3 points, we'll now analyze further.
Okay. If Man used to win, you have a scoreline.
So if Man used to win, I'll say 2-1.
2-1. You're not even giving them clean sheets.
No, I don't think we're not at that level yet. We're not at that level. Against Chelsea, we didn't keep a clean sheet, even though they had the red card.
Yeah, imagine.
But I think the fact now is just the clean sheet will come. But one thing about football is that the 3 points always come before the clean sheets.
Yeah.
For most teams when you're building. So let the points be coming. Over time, you begin to see that the clean sheets will begin to come up. And so we're not at that level yet.
All right. Manchester United fan, you have had Shegun, and we have talked at length, tactics, analysis, trying to swing him here and there. But what we know is that Manchester United have to win this coming weekend because a win will help the team. Shegun have said it and I've pushed him around and he did not budge. So guys, if you have a better thing to talk about, or you have another tactics, just put it down there. Comment, like, and subscribe. Till we meet again, stay fixed to Vatican Football Podcast. Bye-bye.